Hello and welcome to another week of Friendified. This week is free-for-all or sketch week. We have no idea what anyone is going to be doing for the rest of the week. We are talking about stress. As many of you know, we are university students at Western University, and it hasn't been very easy. Why don't you tell my story is a lot longer than hers, so I'll let you tell yours first.
Yeah.
And of course it has to do with money.
Of course, what university student doesn't worry about money? Okay, what happened is with the whole new system with OSAP, you no longer have to hand in your master forms, which is basically just these forms you used to have to hand in every year.
No, the master's forms are new. Before we had to provide our banking information.
Oh, that's right.
And now they've come up with these master's forms where you only have to hand in your information once. I mean, if your bank account changes, then you gotta tell them, but...
Yeah. Me, being as brilliant as I am, for some reason thought that included your signature pages. These signature pages, basically, you're telling the loan office that all the information you have provided is as accurate as you can get it. So I forgot to hand in these forms, and I realized this about the first week of classes. So the Tuesday, I go and hand in these forms. Also, hand in...
We had to, because we just graduated from Windsor, and they haven't gotten our final transcripts yet, I had to hand one in as well, a form stating what we plan to do. So
I went and handed in these letters, but because I handed in my signature pages late, it pushed my OSAP late. I should have, if I would have handed them in properly, I would have had OSAP basically on the first day of classes. So, because of my mistake, my OSAP has taken longer to process. I found out last week that they actually finally processed it, everything's okay. And so, I should be receiving it hopefully by the end of next week, early the week after, if at the latest.
Fingers crossed. My story, when I was doing summer classes at Windsor, it's split up into intersession and summer sessions. So each one is 2 months, 6 weeks instead of 12 weeks. I was taking 2 courses in intersession and 3 in summer session, and I needed to drop one of the courses I was taking in intersession. Well, my understanding was I could drop it because I had 4 other courses and that would keep me at full-time status. Nope. It didn't. It dropped me down to part-time status for intercession, and so I owe the NSL $2,900. So but I didn't find this out until I applied for OSAP for Western. So there was an appeal that I was able to fill out, an appeal form, and I did that and faxed it in, and sat and waited. So at the end of August, I called to make sure that they at least had the form, because this is like almost 2 months by now that I haven't heard anything. So I called and asked, and come to find out it was on the person's desk. They just hadn't gotten to it yet. Western is huge. It's so much more bigger than Windsor, so it takes longer to get through things. So okay, fine. So last week I got an email about a couple things. They hadn't quite gotten to the appeal yet, because the email said that I needed to change something on my OSAP form, and that there was another matter, but she didn't know what it was yet. And I'm like, okay, but this is the appeal. I know what this is about. So I mailed her back with the proper information that she needed, and ended up having to go in for an emergency appointment, because you can make appointments, but I wouldn't have gotten in until next week. This coming week. So I went in for an emergency appointment and talked to them. Come to find out, she actually had approved my appeal the day before. I get to stay. My biggest stress was that I went through a month of school, all the readings, the work I've already done. I'm in 2 groups for 2 different presentations, all for nothing, because if the appeal was denied, then I wouldn't have been able to stay. So basically I have to get a part-time job so that I can pay this money off, because the appeal only held it out for a year. So I have, under a year now to pay for it, but basically I have until I need to apply for OSAP again. So stress in our house has been here. It's down to here now.
And then when...
This is 0.
Yeah.
Once we have money, it'll go down to here, because there's still school. Well, but hey, that's the life of a university student.
Yeah.
That was our topic for this week, so I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.
Don't forget to be awesome.